Hi everybody, it's Norma and it is that time of the month again. It's hard to believe, but it's what I am burning now, and it is September, so this is what I am burning now in the month of September. Now, I actually did start my fall transitional candles the weekend before Labor Day because I finished up all my summer candles, and with September just a few days away, it made absolutely no sense to start some more summer candles, and I just couldn't stand to burn any of my fall candles in my summer accessories. So I started doing my fall decorating and getting my transitional candles out. Now, what you're going to see tonight is basically transitional candles because our summer was very cool here in Michigan. We had an unusually cool summer, but September has been unusually hot. I mean, we were about a week and a half in the upper 80s, 90s, high humidity, and I just couldn't stand to get into, the apples and the pumpkins and the spices in the bakery. So I was kind of glad I went with more of a transitional theme instead of going, right into fall. Now this weekend, it has actually been pretty cool. So I've been tempted, but I have my tart project going on. So I kind of satisfied my urging for some bakery and, some warmer, deeper scents with the tarts. But with my candles, I'm sticking to my transitional scent. But I have to say that they're almost done. So probably in the next week or so, I'm going to, start getting the apples and the pears and, the warmer scents out. Now, usually when I start this video, I start it in my bathroom. I decided to start it here tonight simply because I knew I was going to be talking for a little bit for an intro, and I just wanted to give you guys something interesting to look at. So after I finish my opening spiel, we will move on to the bathroom and continue like we normally do. But isn't this gorgeous? This is the Twilight Silhouettes from Yankee Candle. They came out with their fall collection. It was either at the end of July or the first part of August, and this sold out right away. Right away. If you didn't get it within the first week, you were just plain out of luck. So luckily I got one because this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Now, I did get the jar holder and 2 votive holders, and you probably can't see the plate that they're on. It's actually a pure radiance plate. It's like a bronze mosaic-y thing that I got during the semi-annual sale for like super cheap, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but hey, it works out for this. Now, today I have some tea lights in the votive holders. I actually tried to simplify my fall decor this year. If you saw my video last year, I just had a lot going on, and while I loved it, it was a lot to maintain. So I'm trying to cut down some of my candle maintenance. So when I get home at night, because in the winter, the traffic's worse. You got rain and you got snow, and people are back to school. So I get home later, and it's just like I don't want to be spending all my time trimming a ton of wicks, changing out votives, changing out tea lights, blah, 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 blah. So I really was trying to simplify my decor so I could still kind of get the effect that I wanted without all the work. So I somehow end up having a lot of votives out this year instead of large jars. I'm actually down, I think, 2 or 3 large jars that compared to what I normally have out, but I made up for it with more votives. So today I was like, it's a lot of work when I have to change out the votives. Every night when I light them, it's easy because I don't have to trim the wicks. I just go around and light them all. But when it comes to changing out the votives, that's a whole different story. So I ended up pulling 8 votives today and replacing them with LED votives. But I decided I don't really like the look of the LED votives, and you're going to see I have some tea lights out. I don't really like the look of them that much in certain holders. Now in this particular holder, it's not so bad as another one I'm going to show you later. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing my What I'm Burning Now video. I want my accessories to look their best. It's Sunday night. It's my night to relax before I have to get back to work. So I'm just going to pull out all the stops. So I didn't put votives in them, but I did put tea lights. But during the week, I'm not going to be doing the tea lights. I will put in the LED votives. So what I have going on now in the jar holder, I have a large jar in Napa Valley Sun, and I've talked about that candle a lot. It's one of my favorites. I burnt it several times this year, so I have to admit I'm kind of over it right now this year. I had intended to pick up some during the Friends and Family sale, and I didn't, because it's like, yeah, as much as I like it, I'm kind of over it right now. I just, want other scents. And then in the votive holders, I have tea lights in grapevine and oak, and that's another scent that I wish I had picked up during the Friends and Family sale. I had every intention of doing so, but I ended up going with silver birch instead. But I do like grapevine and oak, and I'm down to my last box of tea lights in that scent. So yeah, kind of sad about that. And then on the other side of my computer desk, I have kind of the same thing going. So over here I have in the Twilight Silhouettes, and why is that not shining like the other one? Okay, so that's better. I had a wick that went out and they were starting to drown, so I ended up pouring out a little bit of the wax. This is actually a 2-wick tumbler. It's a World Journeys candle in Sahara Sun, which is the same as Napa Valley Sun. Now, this candle actually hasn't been giving me any problems, so I'm not exactly sure why all of a sudden the wicks decided to drown. It is nearing the very end of its life. As you can probably see, that's where the wax is right now. And I did go around and trim all my wicks. Normally on these 2-wick tumblers with paraffin wax, I don't have to trim the wick every single burn. I let it go until the wick gets long, and then I trim them. So I did have to trim them today, so maybe I went a little bit too short. But anyway, it's back to looking beautiful. And this is like the LED votives that I am experimenting with and am going to try to use for every day in some of the larger holders. Now these will not fit into the votive inserts, the clear votive inserts. They're wider, they're like 2 inches. So if you have a wider holder, it will go. But I had to get these on Amazon because I was having a hard time finding an LED votive with a timer, and these are on timers. So in here it looks pretty good, but and in the Twilight Silhouettes, these look okay. Not as great as having a real flame, but it's okay. Okay, so now we're in the bathroom where I normally start. And in here I have a large jar Yankee Candle in Sunflower. It's one of my favorite florals. This jar it's giving me a little bit of a problem. It's a little bit of a slow burner. You can see there's a lot of residue on the side. But it's not a complete dud because it kind of comes and goes as to how long I've been able to let it burn. As you guys probably know, I burn my Yankee candles. I don't care how much time I have. If it's 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So I do sometimes run into tunneling issues because of that. But I have to say this month, I've had really good luck with my Yankee candles. This is the only one that's kind of given me a little bit of problems. And this is one that I picked up at the outlet that had a yellow label, so maybe that's why. And then over here in my Tarte warmer, there's nothing special going on. As you guys know, I have the Use It Up Tarte project going. So it was actually really cool this morning, so I thought it was a good opportunity to use up some of my Christmas tarts that I had in those jar wax melts. So this is, no, I'm sorry, that's in another holder. This is actually sage and citrus, but it is in the jar wax melts. And it has a little bit of scent to it, but it's not enough that it's like kind of overpowering my sunflower, which hasn't pulled out yet. So right now it's not really putting out too much of a scent, but it will pull out eventually. I know it will, because it's been fairly decent. But yeah, I'll be glad to be done with all these jar wax melts, because they're just old and not really good anymore. Okay, then over here on my dresser I have the bare branches, and this is also another beautiful piece from Yankee that came out this fall and disappeared fairly quickly. I was trying to find another one of these because usually I buy like 2, but I didn't at the time because I wasn't sure how I was going to set things up, and I was really thinking I was going to put this in my main room, and I would have needed to, but I ended up putting it in the bedroom. So I can get by with one, but it's such a beautiful piece. You know, I was trying to find one for my mom, and it's just like, you know, I went to Bed Bath and Beyond. I went to Myers, I went to Hallmark, nothing. Sold out online. My stores have been sold out for weeks. But I really like this piece. I know a lot of people are using the tea light insert, which I had intended on using in here, but I decided to put a candle in it. And I have noticed that based on the color of candle you have in here, it changes the color of your glow. So right now I have another sunflower in here, and so now you see the yellow glow. But if you put something else in there, it changes. Like I had a white candle in here, a white Kringle, which I'll show you later, and then this was just all white. You didn't have the yellow. So it's really kind of interesting because you can change the look of it depending on the color of candle you put in it. And then in the matching votive holders, I have sunflower, one on each side. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Okay, then over here in my other dresser in my crystal holder, I have a Kringle candle. This is sunflower. And this is actually different than the Yankee Candle sunflower. I think the scents are actually kind of similar, but the Yankee Candle sunflower is more of a fresh floral with maybe a tiny, tiny hint of perfume, but barely there. I really get more of a fresh smell. Well, this is more of a little bit more perfumey than the Yankee Candle version of sunflower. This has been doing fairly well until I got past the halfway mark. I mean, this candle is almost gone. And I'm sorry, I just haven't had a chance to get reviews up this summer. I've been horrible. But it started to get puny wick syndrome a little bit. Right now, it's not doing too bad, but it still pulls out. The throw, you know, kind of okay. It's, you know, maybe it's on the light side, I would say. I have over in here, I have votives going on in the Yankee Candle sunflower on either side. And between the large jar and the votives, I can smell the Yankee Candle more than the Kringle candle with the sunflower. So I thought about moving it to the bathroom and putting the large jar Yankee Candle in here, but I just like the way this looks. This crystal holder looks better if you have a 2 or 3 wick candle in here. Although, like I said, right now the flames are kind of puny, so yeah. Would I get it again? I don't know. I don't think I would probably get this one again. I just like the Yankee Candle version of sunflower better. Okay, and then in my hallway, this is really dark, you can't really see it. I have my lamp, and I have a Pure Radiance candle in here. This is in the scent Grapevine. It's a discontinued scent, and it's not like, wait, is it Grapevine? I think it's Grapevine. And it's not like it's not Grapevine and Oak, and it's not Vineyard. That's in the main line. This is more almost like a perfumey type of grape. It's, yeah, you know, I wouldn't get it again if it was available. I know I have, I think, 2 medium vases in this scent, but it's not my favorite. It's just okay. right now it's not pulling out, but it has been performing really, really well. I mean, I've had no issues with it, other than I did have the wick move a little bit, which tends to happen a lot on the smooth wax candles from Yankee. That at least it happens to me. So when I went to move the wick, it somehow split and shredded a little bit. So sometimes it looks like it has a double wick, which right now it doesn't look that way. It was earlier and the flame was shooting up sky high. So I had to trim it, and it was hard to trim because it was like a shredded wick. It was like all over the place. But it looks like it's one wick now, but yeah. It's not pulling out now, but it will, because I mean, I really have had no issues with it pulling out until, of course, tonight when I'm doing the video. And we already did the computer room, so we shall move on. Okay, so I'm in my bathroom and we have another struggling 2-wick candle from Yankee. This is Lake Sunset. This one was actually doing pretty well until today again, because like I mentioned, I don't trim the 2 wicks every single day, but I did today because it was during the week I'm lazy because I'm working, blah blah blah. But it was getting really long and the flames were getting super high, so I had to trim it. So it's struggling a little bit right now. You guys can't see. I decided to keep the seashell holder because I really didn't have a fall one to put in here unless I put one of my mercury glass holders from last year, and I kind of want to save the mercury glass for Christmas. So I said, it's seashells, it's a bathroom, let's go with it. Then over here, this is actually an oil warmer, but I have a tart going in it. I have soft blanket, and then I have soft blanket going on in the votive holder, because in my tart warmer, part of my tart project, I have the jar wax mountain sage and citrus, and I'm just kind of over and done with it, so I wanted something nicer in here because my Lake Sunset isn't throwing, but I have high hopes for my tart and my votive in soft blanket. And then over here on my stove is a Goose Creek candle. This is a new one that I got. It's Kentucky Harvest. I actually have 2 of these, and I plan on relocating this candle soon when the candles that are currently in my lanterns finish, which you'll see in a minute. But I just was so excited to get this, I couldn't wait to try it. So I had a white chocolate apple in here that finished up, so I decided to put Kentucky Harvest in here. This is kind of like a clovey scent. And normally I can't smell anything that's on this stove unless it's super strong. And this is doing pretty good. I can actually smell it. It's not filling the room, but like right now, because I'm standing in front of it, I can smell it. And if I'm moving around, I can get a whiff of it. So I have high hopes once I move it into a better location that it's gonna, it's gonna really shine. Okay, and this is currently in my lantern. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing in there, because in the Hall of Shame is my Road Journeys Southern African Vineyard. I have 3 of them. I actually had 3 of them going. One was so poor a performer, I basically just chunked it up and was throwing it in my melters to use it up. This one was actually doing pretty good, but it's getting down to the end, and now it's not. So you can see, you can't even see it. I have to say though, even with the poor puny wicks, I was getting wax pools if I let it go long enough, and it was still throwing. Beautiful scent. I mean, I can't believe I love the scent as much as I do, because I don't like plum and the berry scents that much. So I didn't really think I was going to like the grape. But this had such great reviews when it first came out. Of course, when I saw it, I had to grab some of them. And I actually really, really loved this grapey scent. But yeah, performance not doing good at all. Shameful, shameful, shameful. Now this one, on the other hand, is doing slightly better. This is my 3rd Southern African Vineyard, and I believe it's my last one that I have. I don't think I have anymore. This one's doing better. I mean, it does have a wax pool going. The flames are a little bit puny, but it was enough to get a wax pool going. It smells delicious, but yeah, disappointing performer because the throw on this candle is so good and the scent is lovely. I just don't know why. I've never had this problem with the World Journeys before. It's kind of stunning to me that they're struggling like this. Then over here on my candle cabinet, I have in my candelabra, I have grapevine and oak. Oh, and looks like my battery's going to die. And then I have the twilight silhouette thing behind it, and I have the LED tea lights going on in it. And I have autumn leaves in my crystal pillar holders. This is one of the holders. This is a Sunset Mosaic from Yankee that did not look good with the LED votives in it. Because now you see I have a tea light in it. You can see the graduation of color, the yellow down to the orange. When I have the LED votive in it, it just looks like this color on the top. You don't see the orangish color. Like I said, for every day I'll probably put the LED candles in it, but I like it so much better like that. This is just so beautiful when you have a real flame in it. Same thing with these pumpkins from last year. I have the LED votive in it. I don't like the look as much, but convenience. I'm trying to make it easy on me. So yeah, it's I really don't like the LED votive look as much, or the tea lights, but it is nice when I come home to have like half of the things that I need to light up already on. I have to admit, that's kind of nice. Also on my wall sconce, I have the LED tea lights. These are supposed to be like a warm white, but I have everything else is kind of glowing golden and yellow. So I did find some that are supposed to be yellow, more like an amber, but I figure I'll just wait for the battery on these to die out before I replace them. So I hated it at first, but I'm kind of getting a little bit used to it, so I don't hate it as much, but it's still, I'd rather have like a golden yellow flame. I'd rather have real tea lights in there or real votives, but it's a pain in the, oops, I was gonna swear. It's a pain because I have to get up on a step ladder and change things out, and I just thought this would be easier and convenient for every day. Now, if I have company over, I'm putting some real tea lights or votives in there, for sure. And then over here on my table, I broke down and I got the the black maple leaf holder from Yankee. This is beautiful. It's not all the way down yet. There's, you know, that bottom leaf still has to fill out. And inside I have a Goose Creek French Autumn, which is kind of like a warm grapey scent. So I kind of have like a wine thing going on. You know, I have the West African Vineyard. So I was kind of doing the wine with like a cedar. So I had the autumn leaves in the my pillar holders. I have South African Vineyard. You're going to see grapevine and oak. And so that's kind of what I was doing, like a wine cedar type theme. And along with the cedar thing, in my large lantern, I have a colonial candle. This is in French Quarter, which I did do a review on. I think this is my last one. I had two of them. I burnt one during the winter with the comfort candle because this has the cedar in it. It's kind of like a woodsy warm note. I thought it would blend really well with, you know, my other grape and cedar scents. And you know, it's doing pretty good. It's in this room, it's not as strong of a thrower as when I had it in my bedroom, but I can still get the whiffs of the cedar, and it kind of blends in with everything I have going on. Performance, no problems with the burn. It's been doing really, really good. And as you can see, this one's almost done. Okay, and over here I have a candle that's finishing up. It looks like I got here just in time, people. This is one of my favorite candles from Bath and Body Works that came out recently for the, you know, the Cork and Vine collection. Sparkling Pure Riesling. Wonderful scent. It actually changes color. It's an olive green color, and then when you burn it, it turns into a wine color. Good thrower. I just love the scent. When this one's done, I don't know what I'm going to replace it with. I do have one more, but I don't have a backup once I use that one up. And since I'm on a wax ban, I can't go and buy a replacement. So I'm going to save the last one I have in the Sparkling Pear Riesling, and I'll put something else in here. So I have a lot of Bath & Body Works candles I need to use up. So I'm sure I can come up with something. And this is actually a plate, let me see if I can lift it, that I got from Yankee. This is also part of the Black Maple collection. And I actually got it to go with the Black Leaf Hurricane, but it's really small. And while the Hurricane fits on it, I wanted something bigger on my dining room table. Oh, there goes one. It's almost done. And then in the votive holders, I ran out of grapevine and oak votives. I'm down to, I have none left. So Napa Valley Sun. And then over here, my other lamp is another Goose Creek candle. This is from last year. This is Acorn and Sunflower. And I actually got it based on recommendation, but I don't care for this candle that much. Every once in a while, I get a hint of like an apple scent, but it's just really light. I got it in the melt too, and the melt wasn't really any better for me. So yeah, I would not get this one again. Granted, it is from last year. I know Goose Creek has really stepped up their game this year. So maybe it's improved. If any of you, I don't even know if it's out this year, to tell you the truth. But yeah, there's other candles I like better, so I probably wouldn't repurchase it no matter what. Okay, then over here I have another Sunset Mosaic holder, and I have a large jar in Autumn Leaves, which I'm really into the Autumn Leaves this year. Last year it was like so strong to me. I don't know if I'm losing my scent detection capabilities here, but this year it's really agreeing with me. So I'm really enjoying the Autumn Leaves, and I just love this holder. And this is the Black Maple, and I have a real tea light in here. This is in Grapevine and Oak. And then on the other side, I had a real tea light in here, but somehow I got wax in the holder, so I had a hard time digging it out, so there's still a little bit of wax in there. So I stuck the LED, and you can see the difference between the LED, this is in the warm white, versus the real thing, you know. Okay, so let's hope we can get this video done, because I forgot to charge up my phone, so it's just dying. Now, I just wanted you guys to take a look. This is the Sunset Mosaic with Autumn Leaves in it. See how it kind of has an orange glow? I have the same piece on my coffee table with a different candle in it, and it takes on a slightly different look. Okay, so over here I have Grapevine and Oak in it, and it's my only jar, and next sale I have to get some more. Yes, I'm on a wax ban, but next sale I have to pick up at least 1 or 2 more jars of Grapevine and Oak, because I do love the scent. Throw wise, it's kind of light to medium because I'm in my large room. I can definitely smell it like in whiffs. It doesn't fill the room. I think the Autumn Leaves is definitely stronger, but I still like the scent. And I have in my votive holders, I have Grapevine and Oak, and they're the last of my votives. I think I mentioned that earlier. And yeah, I'm sad about that because I don't have any more. So what I'll do next year, who knows? But anyway, there you guys have it. I need to end this video because, like I said, my phone battery is about to die, and I've rambled on a long time. I'm sorry it's so disjointed. I was really looking forward to doing this video and show you the fall decor, but you know, hey, technical issues, timing issues. Sometimes it doesn't all work out the way you plan things, but it's all good. So anyway, if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and have a blessed day.